Like state police got a vehicle pulled over on the side of the road. Take a look and see what they got going on. It's like another state trooper right there. Maybe it's another one pulling up behind that one. See what they got going on up there. Like they got people out of the car and on the ground. So we'll take a look and see what they have. Always remember to keep our distance. Some of these guys don't get the memo, so. I'm by myself. I didn't come that way, so how can I be with them? I always gotta know, you gotta understand the law and respect the law. Some guys ask you questions. They saw me walking the other way, so I don't know why you ask that question. I don't venture out this far, so they probably have no clue who I am, so. See, when you flash that light like that, that's against the First Amendment. So see what this officer is doing right now? That's called prior restraint, and that's called restricting the First Amendment. I don't know if he knows that, but that's against the law to do that, to shine a light directly in somebody's face. So just keep that in mind too, guys. Later on, I ask him his badge number and see if he wants to give it to me. Under Massachusetts general law, you're supposed to identify yourself, so we'll see. And you training officers, you should not train your officers to shine lights in people's face. So keep that in mind too. He put it down after he heard what I said, but you're not supposed to do that. And those are the vehicles that are here. You got that one. I'm not too sure the number on this one. That one is right there. I always document what you see because, I mean, I won't ask him now about what he's done with the stop. Then I'll ask him because he don't want to interrupt them like while they're doing the stop. Like I said, I don't know what these guys got pulled over for. That's not really my business. I have an idea, but like I said, I don't know. It look like this guy's in cuffs right now. I'm not too sure what he did. Look like he's in cuffs. Like I said, it's kind of hard to say what he did, but something landed him up in cuffs over there. Like I said, I don't know what he did. He could have did a number of different things. And this is where Lackluster will say you should have the what's that app he's advertising now? Attorney Shield. Him in Long Island Audit, they're promoting an app that they designed for Attorney Shield. Basically what it does, it's a real-time app. I don't have it, but I know how it works. It's a small subscription fee, and you can have attorney online in real time answer questions for you. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So he's doing the flashlight thing again right there, which is blatantly a violation of the First Amendment. But you can always do one of these numbers and go up high. I just want to try to get the tow truck scene. I'm not gonna walk through there because obviously they're doing their investigation or conducting their investigation, so it wouldn't be fair for me to walk directly right through there. Watch this. I'm gonna try something to see what happens. You know what you're doing is I don't know if you realize that when you flash the light directly at a person, that's against the law. You know that, right?
Sir, I'm not flashing it right at
But it's aiming towards me, just so you know.
Alright, yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, but you know that's against the law?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you look that up, they say even when you look at the directions of that, you cannot shine that directly in someone's face. It says you on the direction when you first buy it out the package. Then that's also prior restriction for the First Amendment, just so you know.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm asking for your name and badge number. Then I will inquire how you got your training and who trained you. What's your name and badge number?
Yeah. Last name is Orlando.
Orlando.
Yep.
And badge number?
Badge number is 5405.
Thank you, sir. Now, did you get training on that?
No,
not shining a flashlight in people's face?
No, sir.
You know that can cause temporary blindness and seizures?
I know not to shine it directly in the eyes.
Okay,
Yep.
I don't know if you know that, but that's the one I'll let you know that because technically that's illegal against the law.
Yeah, so again, I'm not shining it right in your eyes.
All right, I caught it 3 times, so just say it's on camera.
Okay, alright.
I got you. Just let you know.
Okay.
All right. I'm not trying to bust your balls or anything, but just let you know if you catch somebody that doesn't like you, they're gonna make it worse for you. They make
No, absolutely. No, I know.
I got you. All right, just be careful.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you could be shining that in the car oncoming traffic, and the car might not see that. And I don't know if you know it. Yeah, just so you know, flashlights and blinking lights could cause seizures.
Yes, I understand. Yep.
So you had that class, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, as long as you know. Because I might have the same training you have, or maybe more, just so you know.
Thank you.
I got it, man. Just want to let you know that. Not trying to give you a hard time, but
No,
just in case in the future, if you start doing that, somebody holds you accountable for it.
All right, thank you.
And I'll check the training. Like, I'll call one of the training officers to see what they train you guys in the academy.
Right,
I'll find out. You don't know who I am, but I'll tell you maybe later on.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, I don't venture out here that often, but you always got to know the laws and behind that stuff. There's a lot of stuff behind flashlights. Like, depending how bright the light is, it can damage the retina in the eyes. Laser beams are even more dangerous than flashlights, so there's a lot of stuff you people need to know about. And laser beams being pointing at you at any point could cause from temporary blindness to permanent blindness, or death. Just so you guys know, depending on how serious it is. Now, I didn't want to really say nothing, but I figure I have to put that out there because somebody's gonna ask me why didn't I ask that question earlier. Some of the people that know what I know are gonna say, why didn't you ask him that question? Now, once you're aware of something and you continue to do it, then that's another issue. So I know, and we'll leave that alone. That's for another time. Like I said, I don't know what these guys did over here, and I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what they did. They're both getting arrested, though, that's for sure. I guess I don't know what they're gonna do with the dog. Dog is who knows? Maybe a loved one can pick it up, but maybe they got somebody to take the dog home. Hey, I don't know. I don't venture on this side of town. What barracks are you guys out of?
Right out of Andover.
Andover. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm on the other side. So I'm way on. What's that? The west. Yeah. I think it's the west barrack. Is there a west barrack?
For Andover?
No. Out of like Milton and
We have barracks in Milton. Yep.
West barrack. What's that? East West. Is it west
We have
barrack?
barracks all over the state.
So I don't know the name. I don't know so if you're coming out of Milton, what barrack is that?
That's the Milton barracks.
The Milton is that called West Barrack or
Just Milton.
just Milton Barrack? So usually on that side of town or the Seaport District, you might see me. You won't see me on this side too often, but I'm kind of venturing out a little bit. So I got to get footage on both sides of the state.
Understood.
You might see yourself on YouTube later on, though. Just so you know. Don't be. You did a good job, though. You didn't do nothing bad. If you did something poorly bad, I'll let you know. but I know you guys. I know you guys have a lot of classes like on the First Amendment, public photography. Damn, you guys have a lot of training. But I'm trying to cover the areas that you come across in the city all the time,
Yep.
like probable cause, reasonable suspicion, all that good stuff.
Yep,
So you know all that stuff,
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
So I don't need to tell you that. I won't even mess with you, my man. My name is Nez, by the way.
Nez?
Nez.
Nice to meet you.
my
Nice
man.
to meet
Oh, Elbow. There you go.
Nice to meet
It's nice to meet you, my man. This might get good and bad comments. I have to find out when I post it later on. I'll see what they say. Like I always look for good and bad comments. Oh man. So these guys are out of Andover. I'm not even sure where the heck I am. I'm between. I guess I am in Andover. This is Andover. This is considered Andover, right?
Right now we're on like the Andover Lawrence line.
Andover, Lawrence. Okay, so I'm between Andover and Lawrence, somewhere between there. So I don't know. I know my way around, but I don't know where I'm at.
The line's like right over.
Right over here. 'Cause I know if you go further this way, that's Lawrence going that way. If you go more that way, that's like Andover.
Yeah, I
then
think we might technically be in Lawrence. Right?
might be Lawrence. I don't know either. So you might know more than I do on that one. Like I don't know where the lines cross. But I'm learning every day, man.
If there's a sign right next to me that says entering Lawrence, I'll know.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie and pretend I do know, but I don't.
That's the only way I'll know for sure.
I'll figure it out later on though when I'm putting in the GPS to see where I'm at. So these guys, it looks like at least one person got arrested. I don't know about the other person. And like I said, looking at the location where I'm at. I don't know if you guys can see that. That says Low Marble going that way. And I don't know where that's like. I know that's pointing to 495. You know that. I think this road here is South Union Street, if I'm not mistaken. This could be South Union Street. I don't know the area. I don't know the area that well. I'm learning though. I'm learning. And I see these guys use GPS too. Is that like a department GPS? And that just you punch in the address, it takes you right where you're going?
Right on Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. So okay. So it's easy enough.
Yeah,
I don't use.
Garmin.
Oh, Garmin.
Yep.
You know what? Garmin is one of the best GPSs out there.
Awesome.
It's the best one to have.
Tap the little blue arrow, it'll tell you exactly where you are.
No, a lot of people don't know that, but see that you know about Garmin. See that?
That's one thing. Oh, believe me, yeah, I need one of those.
Garmin is before there was cell phone, there was Garmin.
They got watches now too. They got everything.
Yeah, I don't really mess with the watches, but like I had a Garmin so many years ago, and I thought I felt that was the best GPS that they owned.
Awesome. They even have the talk feature.
Uh-huh.
You just say, "Hey Garmin, take me there," it'll take you.
Oh, okay. I might have to invest in a Garmin then. I don't use GPS a lot, but that might work out. If I'm on the road a lot, that might.
Now with the phones, you just put it right in the phone anyways. But
Oh, so you could download the Garmin app in the phone.
no, I'm saying like
Oh.
I just use my phone for GPS a lot of the time.
Oh, but Garmin overall is the better GPS. I got you. Yeah, that's a smart man right there. I don't know where he learned that.
Those are good.
I don't know where he got that from, but he knows his stuff. Like I said, years ago, before they had Magellan and Garmin, we had to use the street directory. Now the street directory was, if you didn't know how to use the street directory map or the what do you call it, the actual directory itself, you were lost. And so you had street directories. Now Garmin's and GPSs make life so much easier. If you give the average kid on the road now, you use the street directory, they couldn't figure that out. And using a map and coordinates would be totally tough for them right now. I don't know if you can even buy an Arrow street directory anymore in the stores. Maybe you could. It's been so long, I might have forgot how to use it myself. Only kidding. So it looks like this person might be possibly getting arrested too. Not too sure. Like I said, it's possible. And I'll be honest with him. Before I leave, I tell him where to find this video, so he can watch it and see how well he did. I always try to share good and bad information with people. That dog is a pretty big dog there. That's called prior. Some of it's called prior restraint. Prior restraint is when you stop a person from doing something before they do a crime, or if you think they're gonna do it, or without doing a crime. So that's like prior restraint. So you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a person is in the commission of a crime, about to do a crime, or did a crime, or probable cause. Or some people say just articulable suspicion, but you gotta have reasonable articulable suspicion. So I don't know what he did. I said I don't know what the heck they did. They could have ran the plate could have been a bolo on it. It could be a number of different things. I didn't hear the chatter or anything on the radio, so I couldn't really tell you. That dog there it's a male dog. It's a big male dog for sure. Whatever the case may be, the car's probably, it's probably something to do with the car. The car's probably not registered or insured or both. That could be one of the reasons too. Who knows? I think Supreme Court has ruled that you have to, like, I'll give you guys an example so you guys don't get caught up in the jam. So you see where the officers are right there? You should not be, like, you could probably be where that pole's at right there, but any further than that pole where that second officer is, you would technically be, like, you're not, well, let me correct myself. You're not interfering, but they could say that they could try to say you're interfering because you'd be considered too close. But even though you're not, like, for you to interfere, you have to physically be doing something. Now, if I was talking to them, even though it's freedom of speech in the First Amendment, officers would tend to say that you're interfering because you're saying something contrary to what they're saying. So that's another thing to think of. even though you're not, but they utilize that as a way of saying you're doing something. Now, the other thing they can always try to get you for is what they always try to push now. They say disorderly conduct. Now, disorderly conduct will mean you have to be doing something to out of the ordinary, and just talking with a normal tone of voice cannot be considered disorderly conduct. Sometimes they try to get you for disturbing the peace. Now, disturbing the peace, you would have to physically have a complainant to have disturbing the peace, and police officers can't be the complainant because they have no peace on the course of their duty. There's a lot more stuff other than that, but that's kind of like the basics in a nutshell. So first thing you remember, a lot of people start yelling and screaming and ranting. You don't want to do that, because even though you could do it, I suggest not to do it, because it just doesn't sound like it's not good feedback, put it that way. Even though you have a right to do it, don't mean you necessarily have to do it. And that's also time, place, and manner too, you gotta keep in mind. So the First Amendment is based off of time, place, and manner. So in the right location, maybe the wrong manner could be one thing, or the wrong time could be another thing. So even though this is a public walkway, I mean, you don't want to be standing like right where they're standing, because now you could be not necessarily hindering, but you could be making it more difficult for them to do their job. I figure I put that in there because I don't really say that in a lot of my videos, but just to give you some food for thought. So when guys get out there, start screaming and ranting and acting foolish, now you know what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. There's a lot more to that, but I always say conduct yourself in a respectful manner, then you won't have those issues. I'm pretty sure if I try to walk past him, he'll probably tell me, hey, stop right there, or something like that, because technically if I was with those guys, which I'm not, I could potentially be causing interference. I could be causing interference to take the tension off of them so they can focus on me, something like that. So there's a lot you got to keep in mind, because keep in mind, they don't know who you are, so they don't know what you're up to. So if you walk straight in there, they have no idea what you're trying to do. So all they're thinking about their safety. And if I was a police officer, I'd think about my safety too. I don't want nobody walking into my scene behind me, because see how this officer got his back towards me? Why would he want somebody walking behind him if you don't know what that person's up to? Just think about that if you was a police officer. There's a lot more to it too, but that's kind of like that in a nutshell. And the other thing you got to consider too, state police, they patrol a lot of the interstate. Now, when you patrol the interstate, you have a lot of drug running that bring drugs through here. And a lot of times when drug dealers do, I'm not saying these guys are drug dealers, but they have a front car and a chase car. So when the police officer pulls over the front car, the chase car is behind the officer, and he could ambush the officer. And that's another thing you got to keep in mind, because if you ever had, well, I'm not going to say, if you had training in the academy, they train the officers to watch out for that on these, especially the rural areas where they have a lot of that, like in Arkansas, Texas, Massachusetts as well. But there's times where you don't expect it. When you least expect it is when it happens. And I don't know if you got any police officer friends, they probably can tell you more about it than I can. But that's especially 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You pull a car over, you're on the road by yourself. Your next backup is about 30 minutes away. I mean, you got to be really careful about that kind of stuff. And there's a lot more to it, but I'm going to keep it to a minimum. And I don't care how much training you have, you always can't get it right. It's tough. Like it's tough. I can't. No, I got a question for you. I don't know. Did you guys train with the fax machine? You ever heard that before?
Like just a fax machine?
FACT. I think that's the acronyms.
No, not to my knowledge.
So what it does, it shows you different video scenarios, and you have a laser pointed gun, and it shows you the same scenario but different scenario of some guy, a peaceful guy or a violent guy. Then you gotta fastly respond to it.
We had something. I don't know if it was called the fax machine.
Yeah.
It was something like almost like a simulator.
Yes.
Kind of like what you're describing.
Yeah, so that you might have a different name for it, but
Yeah.
back then, like I don't know how far back they call it I want to say FACT, like fast action something training.
Yeah, something similar though. It's like a bunch of screens around you.
Yeah.
And, you have like all like your
Right.
fake duty weapons.
So
They're
yeah.
synced up to the machine and everything.
Gotcha. So you know what I'm talking
It's
about.
like, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's like a big video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it kind of prepares you in real life,
Yep.
and it kind of
Absolutely.
grades your score whether you responded correctly or
Absolutely.
inaccurately.
Yep.
So he kind of knows what I'm talking about. So what I'm basically later when you see the video, what I'm doing, I'm explaining to my viewers that training that you guys have, and like why you're standing here. So you're not standing here just to stand here. You're standing here because for their safety, so I don't walk behind them and do something I shouldn't be doing. And if I was to try to pass you, you probably say, hey, can you stop and stay right here?
Yep.
So I'm trying to give them a side from a police officer's perspective and a civilian side at the same time, so they can understand like what's really happening.
Both sides, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, well, why don't you keep walking down there? But if I keep walking down there, I'm potentially walking in the area where you're conducting an investigation.
Yeah, I heard you say it too.
Yeah,
Interfering too. Yeah.
and it's not technically interfering, but it could be distracting the officer from doing his job when he should be doing it the correct way. And a lot of people don't realize if I'm taking my attention on something else, now I could be distracted for that. So that's why you're like the referee.
Yeah.
You just basically stand out there,
Middleman.
just keep me at bay so I don't go up there and bother you guys. So I don't do a lot of videos like that, but I want to explain to people why you're doing what you do. You're not doing it out of any mischief. You're doing it out of protection for your guys. So a lot of
So
people
they can focus on what they're doing.
exactly correct, and that's why I kind of figure I know what you're doing before you do it, but some of the viewers don't know what you're doing, which makes a big difference. I got to educate people at the same time while I understand what you're doing too. So they have the same training. I think all Massachusetts police officers have the same training. The state police has a more vigorous training because they're on the road. They teach them how to do pit maneuvers, boxing cars, and that kind of stuff. High-speed pursuits. That's something totally different. But I mean, it's all in the same realm. So I'm gonna get ready to hit the body here. These guys did what they had to do. They towed the vehicle. I wish I was on the other side so I could get the vehicle being towed, but I couldn't do that. But I'm gonna let him know where he can find this video at. Then maybe he can watch it later on. So later on, maybe the next hour or so, if you type in External Affairs Porter on YouTube, you'll find this video up there. Just type in External Affairs Porter on YouTube.
Okay.
You'll find it. I'm out of Boston, but I come out, venture all different places.
All right.
Take care, my man. Be safe.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care, my man. All right, so these guys did a great job. No problems, no headaches. Everybody's safe. They're getting out of here. That's the way we want to see it. And I'm gonna head back to where I came from. Joe, well done by Massachusetts State Police. All right, guys. Figure I'd do a quick video in Andover. Like, I don't venture out too far out of Boston. But so one of my subscribers had asked me to do a couple of videos outside of Boston, not just focus on Boston, because Boston is one thing because you get to see a lot of stuff in Boston. That says Haverhill or Salisbury that way. I don't know if that's, or maybe it is, or next left, so maybe it is Haverhill going that way. A lot of those towns are so close together. So you got Haverhill, you got Salisbury that way. If I go on the expressway that way, I'm going to Lowell and Marlboro. If I go straight, I'm going to Lawrence, going that way. So I'm learning. I don't know everything, but I'm still learning out there. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is probably one of the ones that I wasn't expecting to do, but I figure I'd do it anyway. And catch you guys on the next one. Watch out for that car. That's always look for cars. Always look for the cars. I mean, some of these cars don't see you, but you got to see them. You got to understand too. I'm wearing kind of dark clothes on, so I always got to be careful. Now, if I put my reflective vest on, that's a little bit different, but you still got to let them see you first. So, and that's another thing. I might as well add this in the video. I was asking a gentleman that's older than me. Now, I'm 55 years old. So I was asking a gentleman that was close to his 60s. I was like, how would you explain to me how to cross the street? So he said, just look both ways and cross. And I said, that's not proper. I said, you're supposed to stop first, because you just don't look both ways and cross. I said, you stop. Look to your left. Look to your right. Then look to your left again. Now, when you see no cars, then you can proceed to cross. So I said, if you was teaching me how to cross the street and you said, look both ways and cross, and I follow your instructions, I might get hit by a car, because if I stopped right here, look both ways and cross, and there was a car coming to my left and I got hit, that wouldn't be a good scenario. So you don't. So if you're teaching me how to cross the street, you should physically say, or verbally say, look both ways after you come to a complete stop, and then cross the street when there's no cars coming, because all that information is very key. Now, the other information should be, if you see a car coming, don't cross. I mean, or wait till that car stops and allows you to cross. So there's been a whole couple of generations where we forgot to teach our children how to cross the street. So what's happening, they don't know how to cross the street anymore, because they think they know how to cross the street, and we're taking for granted that the kids know how to cross the street, and they don't. So now we got adults that grew up now that still don't know how to cross the street, which is very interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna head up out of here. Sorry that I was long-winded, but sometimes I get that way, not all the time. Catch you guys on the next one. Nez Porter.